So why more thoughts come when you sit for meditation? Because now you are challenging the nature of the mind. And when you challenge the nature of the mind, it is like this: if a snake is going and you touch that snake, then it boom, react. That is what happening with your mind. When you're sitting for meditation, your mind is reacting, because mind has nature of going wild, but you are trying to make it still. So many people have this question that when I sit for meditation, my thoughts go wild. My mind goes wild and all over the place. Because this is what I have observed in my mind also many times. When I used to meditate initially, the moment I used to sit for meditation, the amount of thoughts that at that time used to come was much more even than the normal. So this is the problem I know many of the people have. I have seen a lot of videos are being made on this problem, that when we try to sit for meditation, our thoughts go wild. So many people came out of this philosophy and question that can we control our mind? Can we stop our thoughts when we are meditating? First of all, I would say one thing, that when you are sitting for meditation, just give up this idea that you can stop your thoughts or you can control your mind. Even if this idea is there in your mind that you can control your thoughts, this will make you more crazy, because every time when you will try to sit into the meditation, you will try to control your thoughts. But the more you try to control your thoughts, the more they go wild. Because before you try to understand a problem from its superficial level, it's better you go to its root and understand what is the nature of the mind. The nature of the mind is such, it's like this. I'll just give you an example of the car. In India, if you have cars, there are 3 pedal shifters. One is for acceleration, one is for brake, and one is for clutch. So if you accelerate, the car will go fast. If you take the brake, then the car will get slow. But if you change the gears, maybe the mode of the car will change. So these are the 3 different pedal shifters according to which you can control the car. But in mind, all 3 pedal shifters, either it is brake or it is clutch or it is acceleration. Mind, any acceleration or any pedal shifter you touch, the mind will go only faster. The more you try to play with the mind, the more it goes faster. The more you try to control your mind, the more it goes faster. That is the nature of the mind. So the first important thing to find the solution of this problem is to put in your mind that you cannot stop thoughts or you cannot control mind. Then what the hell can you do with this? Why the hell am I making this video, right? See, there are 2 ways if you want solution of this problem. The first thing, which is simple, which is easy, which I try and which a lot of people try and I have seen become successful, is you cannot control mind, you cannot stop thoughts, you can only ignore your mind. You can only ignore your thoughts for some time. Because you see, the more you try to get identified with your thoughts, the more you practice it. It's like this. If you observe your mind throughout the day, you will see that 90 to 98% of the activities and thoughts which happen in your mind are mostly useless. They are unproductive. They don't produce any kind of result. They are either thinking of past or they are either thinking of future, something imagining which is irrelevant, something impractical. Most of the times you're getting angry in your thoughts. Most of the times you're regretting in your thoughts. All these things are not producing any results. They are useless. So if you realize this, that most of the thoughts that you have been producing in your mind are useless, then gradually you will have the habit of ignoring it. Because if you think that your thoughts are very important, that is why you are overly identified with them. But if you realize that most of the thoughts are not important, most of the thoughts are not productive, most of the thoughts are not creating any kind of pleasantness within your system. If you realize this, then gradually over a period of time you will realize that you will learn to ignore your thoughts. So when you sit for meditation, one thing that you should fix consciously in your mind before starting meditation is that either thoughts come or it doesn't come, or this or that, or past or future, or hatred or anger, or this friend or that party or this party, whatever the fuck comes in your mind. You should consciously put this one thought at the beginning of your meditation, that whatever the thoughts will come, let them come. I don't mind. Don't try to control them. Don't try to stop them. Just let them come and go, let them come and go, come and go. If you ignore them, that you will realize that your identification with the thoughts will reduce. And when your identity with the thoughts will reduce, you will realize that you will stop practicing it lesser and lesser. So the first idea is to ignore your thoughts. Don't try to do anything with them. Let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Sit for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes in your meditation. Let them come and go, come and go, come and go. Solution will come. The nature of the body is such, this is a psychosomic nature. Whatever you do with your body happens in your mind. Whatever you do in your mind happens with the body. So when you sit still with your body still for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you should make up your mind at the beginning of meditation. If you are actually a beginner, maybe it may take half an hour. See, for a person like who has been practicing for a very long time meditation like I do, initially I used to take almost 15 minutes to get meditative, but maybe now I can get meditative in 5 minutes, sometimes even 10 minutes, depending upon various situations. Because what you eat, what you wear, what kind of surroundings, what moon cycle of the day is. If you are sitting on meditation in Purnima or Amavasya, maybe you can get meditative faster. So there are different things, but above all, just keep your body still for 10, 15, 20 minutes. You will realize this psychosomic nature is such. When you keep your body still for some time, initially your thoughts will go even wilder. And it is because the nature of the mind is such, you have developed a certain tendency of wilder thoughts all the time. Your mind is running here and there all the time, even during the days. So why more thoughts come when you sit for meditation? Because now you are challenging the nature of the mind. And when you challenge the nature of the mind, it is like this. If a snake is going and you touch that snake, then it boom, react. That is what happening with your mind. When you're sitting for meditation, your mind is reacting. Because mind has nature of going wild, but you are trying to make it still. So for 10 minutes it will react, or maybe 15 minutes it will react, and in that reaction the thoughts will be more. But as you keep sitting longer and longer with the body still, don't try to move the body. At least that much you can do for yourself. Whatever the fuck is happening in the mind, let it happen. Don't move the body. Keep your body still. You will gradually realize that after 15, 20 or maybe 30 minutes your mind will start becoming still. Then your thoughts will start getting evaporated. The second idea, and which is very much complex, I would say, it is not that easy that you can liberate your mind. The first one was to ignore the thoughts or ignore your mind. The second one is to liberate your mind. When I say liberate your mind, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of wisdom. It takes a lot of practices to liberate your mind. And above all, it takes a clear, sharp intellect. It takes a visionary person to liberate his mind or her mind. It's like this. Let's take a practical example. There are two kinds of people in this world. Let's say if you go to an interview, so many people, there is one class of people who always try to do some kind of preparation. They will 1 day before or 2 days before write up the questions. If I get this kind of question, what will I answer? If I get that kind of question, what will I answer? And they will write 5, 10, 15 questions and they will imagine the answer, and then they will go to the interview. Why are they doing all these kind of planning and preparation? Because they somewhere have doubt on their own mind that when they will be sitting in the interview, maybe at that time they'll not be able to produce the answer, because their mind is not that sharp, it's not that focused, it's not that intelligent to produce the answers on the spot. So that is why they believe in preparation and planning and this and that. It's like this. Right now I am making this video. So there are different kinds of people. There are some people who would write some kind of script, this point, that point, ye point, wo point, and then they'll write and speak in front of the camera. Because somewhere they are scared that when they'll speak in front of camera, they will get anxious, or they will get nervous, or they will get this kind of anxiety or that kind of anxiety, or maybe they will have some kind of fear. So in that fear, they will have multiple thoughts in their mind and they will forget the right point which they are supposed to speak. So to liberate your mind is such that you have to make your mind so sharp and so intelligent that it has learnt the focus. If there is focus, then there is no problem of thoughts. Because what is thoughts? When you're sitting for meditation, thoughts are coming here and there. It simply means every bullshit is going around. There is no simple thought on one thing. If you can even maintain your focus on one thought, no problem. But the problem is you can't even stop at one thought. It's going from this thought to that thought to this thought. It's happening like that. Simply because the mind is not liberated. Mind is still in the infant situation. So liberating your mind is not that easy. Even for me also, I have been working hard and I don't know whether I have liberated it or not. But the work is on. So initially I have been trying the first method, which is very simple and which is easy. If you practice it maybe for 2, 3, 4 months, you will see the miraculous results of it. Just understand two things, that ignore your mind and keep your body still for 10-15 minutes or maybe half an hour. Gradually your mind will become still. So these are the solutions that you can have for your mind.